Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. I'm April. This is the Module 6 assignment for gender analysis. Uh, so for toys, we have to pick one of those and talk about the gender things. The first question is, what is the history of the toy as a cultural product or in your own life? The toy I picked is Beanie Babies, and more specifically, my panda, which is a Beanie Baby that I grew up with. I have had it for, I don't even know how long. I'm 26. I've had this thing for forever. um, Beanie Babies came out in the late 80s. They were very popular through the 90s and a little bit in the early 2000s. So it was perfect timing for like me being a kid. They were big, they were popular. So is my toy clearly gendered? No. I have always called it panda, pandy, like never has been a he, she, anything like that. It has always just been my panda. I even called my mom to double check on that because I was like, am I just thinking of that now because it just stays in my closet now or what? But she said, nope, it has been. And when speaking of gender, we think of a term generally used to discuss social norms and expectations and the performance of sexual identity associated with an individual's self. That's from Newson in Montenegro, written this year, 2025, for 6.1 gender communications. And then you can also almost go with that in the sense of I don't gender it. It could be considered maybe from like gender queer identities from 6.5, same people, same year. It has the non-binary classifications. And they defy the two-sex model, things like that. I didn't think of it as a boy or a girl. It's a panda. It's a stuffed bear, Is it reflective of gender commodification? Again, as I've been saying, no, it's a stuffed bear. I don't think that it was marketed towards like girls. From what I've looked up, gender commodification usually has to do with like pushing something more towards girls and that type of situation. No, I think they were just a really big thing when I was growing up. A little bit before I was growing up, obviously, because I was the last in the 90s. They were just stuffed animals. They were a collection item. People loved them. And I honestly used to have a lot of Beanie Babies. The one that I kept is just this one because it held a lot of stuff in my heart. It went everywhere with me. I could not sleep at night if I did not have it, things like that. But I don't think it was pushed towards girls necessarily. Does it have the potential to influence children to act like adults within particular gender constructs? I started with saying no. I don't think it does. But then I kind of thought about it like I would act as if I was like Mama Panda to it. I used to carry it around by the nose for some reason. That's why it has no nose. But that could also just be little girls grow up. We like acting like our toys are our children, we like acting like moms. That's kind of just how little girls are in general. I don't know if it was necessarily due to this toy specifically. If I thought, oh, hey, a panda, I need to go with gender constructs and act like I am a mother, female, just things like that. I don't think it was there. But maybe they are labeled, or they are called Beanie Babies. So maybe in the name of baby, people kind of go, oh, but I'm not sure. I don't think so necessarily. But that is my gender analysis. This toy, I feel like, is just marketed as a stuffed animal, a stuffed bear. It was a collector's item for a long time, still is. To me, it's just panda. It's something that I hold near and dear to my heart still at 26 years old. Thank you.